Alrighty. So, as promised, we're going to have an episode dedicated to Operation Thunderbreak. There's a couple things I'm going to want to talk about in this episode, mainly feats and whatnot. It's really going to be the biggest thing is talking about feats. But we gotta go ahead and do this right quick. Make that the default L1.
I'll toss you up there.
There's a way for me to get it up there, I am pretty sure. Do I gotta go back farther? Fuck it. There we go. So I want to talk about feats in general, just how I think some of them need to be perfect throw. Some of them need to be reworked, and some very problematic ones. I believe that goes here. Or is it this one that's next? No, it's these. Okay. I gotta remember how to do this puzzle. So we go back to the middle one. There we go. Now, depending on how long this episode is whether or not I'll go into a little bit of Rajan's area next, which I think we will. This is a short operation compared to the others later on. Like later on in the game, the operations get a lot longer. But I just mainly want to talk about some feats I have issues with, feats I think that should be reworked, and how to possibly fix them, and ideas and like that. And we got the key. The first one I want to talk about is just Kai. I know it's on a select few samurai only.
It's all you.
I think it's only exclusive to these samurai actually, but I just don't think that feat should be a thing. Putting your opponent out of stand with just the press of the button with essentially no counterplay is pretty strong. I think it just should be outright removed, really. That's just one of those. That's one of those few feats where I think it should just be gone. Like, get rid of it.
I know how to drive a stick shift.
It's a nice little transition here.
On top of the nightclub's peacock sign for phase 3.
We get on it over here. It's gonna make us collect this clue bottle, I'm pretty sure. I don't want to collect it. There we go. But Kai should be outright removed. Replace it with something else. They've done that before. It's just an extremely unhealthy feat.
I'm in position.
Great. We're just driving up right now. Get ready to grab the tow harpoon.
This one's always difficult to...
Oh, cupcakes.
I can never get that first try.
Hooks on. Pull away.
Slide! The guards are onto us! Protect the truck!
I can literally just stand right here. But the next one is shurikens. Those are too strong to be a tier 2. They should be a tier 3 or something. Because the fact that you can shotgun somebody and make them do that, I just think those are another issues in itself. Should be the last few guards. No, there's more guards? Is it 3 sets of guards? There we go. Yeah, it's 3 sets of guards. Oh yeah, we'll definitely be able to go into Rajan's area at this rate, because we're only 5 minutes into this.
Majesty of gravity and
But shurikens, I think, should be moved to a tier 3.
okay, you jump
Just with the
the
versatility,
tail feathers, and we're out of here.
just with the versatility that that it has. It can be used as an option select appeal. It can be used as everything. Like, don't get me wrong, kunai can be used in a very strong way, but it can't just outright delete somebody's health bar. It's a little unfun to go against.
Like totally bumming my house up and bringing me down. So very uncool. Why can't you let birds and bees be free, bro?
I'm gonna let Dimitri and them speak the through.
No idea what you're playing with. It'll bring more than your house down.
Look, bro, I see you are a tough cowboy. A man with taste, style, vision, a connoisseur of finer things. Like me. Look, I'm sure that 2 cats in a bag like us can work something out. Yeah? We smooth. Yeah? Look, see the money. You like the money. You can take all you want. I can.
No deal. You and the rest of the Claw Gang have to be stopped. Clockwork will never again see the light of day. Just hand over the tail feathers and we can...
What is this with clocks, bro? Have you no vision? Are you hearing what I beam to you? You think you have juice? Don't show me a little mind when talking about such big things. You think you can swing the bat? Show your bling and let me shine you.
I have no idea what you're saying. And your suit sucks.
Oh, let's dance!
There we go. But yeah, shurikens, gotta do like some cover. And now we can actually get into the fight. This boss fight's actually punishing if you don't do it right. I think he's gonna teleport. It should. Yep. Oh yeah, like see, he does a lot of damage. I mean a lot. He's gonna teleport over now. There we go. Now, the next feat I'll talk about is obviously Fury Flash. Just the combination. I mean, the fact that they can be stacked like that is a little busted. But there's always been an issue with that. And then Invigorate. I don't... Like, here's my thing with Invigorate. Like, it's going to become more of an issue now that Shaolin has Static Guard and Orochi's ganking got nerfed. Like, don't get me wrong, Orochi can still gank very well, even with the Storm Rush being nerfed, which it should have been. It should have never reset the pin duration like that. It never should have done that. But Invigorate, oh my lord. Y'all, you can, it doesn't matter if you block it or parry it, the Shaolin's always getting value. It's very annoying. I'll pick up once this cutscene ends.
Dimitri's counterfeiting operation was ruined. Due to the untimely arrival of Carmelita, my escape got a little tricky. Angry at having just missed me, she took it out on Dimitri, shutting down the nightclub and throwing the frustrated forger behind bars. The gang and I headed out of town for a week in Monaco. I figured the team had earned themselves a well-deserved break.
Fun fact, there used to be a scene in there where they were at a casino. But yeah, Invigorate needs a nerf. It definitely needs a nerf. If you parry the Shaolin, he still gets it. If you block it, he still gets it. I believe even if you flip it.
Part had surfaced in India, so the boys and I loaded up the van and zeroed in on our next target, a mysterious spice lord known as Rajan. A self-made man who grew up poor on the streets of Calcutta He started his life of crime selling illegal spices in the black market, eventually growing his small outfit to a sizable operation, and earning himself a seat in the prestigious Claw Gang. He's since crowned himself Lord of the Hills, and while he goes to great lengths to convince others of his royalty, it's mostly to convince himself. True to form, he's holding a lavish ball in his newly purchased ancestral palace. The reason? To show off his latest acquisition, the Clockwork Wings, the symbol of my enemy. If you saw the wings silhouetted against the night sky, it was already too late for you, especially if your name was Cooper. Rajan believes displaying the wings will bring him prestige, and maybe they will, but they're also bringing me.
A very underrated chapter, this one. Very underrated. Very, very underrated chapter. So we'll just keep going and see what we can do with this.
Palace, and then find a way to break into the ballroom. Let's find it with the drawbridge up. The only way across that river is on those conical rocks. Do you remember how to spire jump?
I like how in this chapter, the first portion is really just getting everybody
Just
in.
need to jump and hit the circle button to perform a ninja spire landing.
That's correct. Now let's see it in action.
I just realized there's a free treasure over here pretty much. Right over here there's a treasure you can get, but like I said earlier, Invigorate, it's got to be changed. It needs to be. This is a good piece of loot for the introductory to the explosive loot system. If I take any damage, it gets destroyed. Same with the timer. If the timer runs out, then it blows up. The timers are normally very generous. There's a couple that are hard though. Like there's one in the Contessa's area that's a little challenging, but I like that. So the loot we get out of these guys now, their value is going to increase, thankfully. But, excuse me, Invigorate needs to change heavily. Does he have anything in his back pocket? He does. I'm a loot goblin in this game. I ain't gonna lie. This game gave birth to loot goblins, and you can't make me say otherwise. Now, if I remember correctly, there's another treasure over here. You don't have anything, so we can just bonk you. I believe it's up there. That's where the other treasure is. I want to get all these treasures before we do anything. And remember, if y'all want another episode just dedicated to finding clue bottles, let me know. So now we just got to take this back. Thankfully, this one's not booby-trapped. I'll just have to knock you out. And then we can take it back. The other one's like way over there on the far right side of the map. Hee. And then we'll go into that recon mission. I figured we might as well get these since they're that direction. But it's like in a it's like way over there in that corner. And I think that one's timed. I can't remember. But another feat though I want changed. Is Pirates tier 3. Like, Pirates been up in the meta now because of the recent buffs, which is good that she got buffed and she's in those that strong position now that she's in. But that tier 3, y'all, I just feel like it's a little too punishing. Just for all that can happen to it, like all the cleansing and all that. That's just my opinion on that one. I think just something needs to be adjusted with it, considering there's so much healing and all that. Then I'd say the other feat I have my biggest issue with is Oathbreaker.
Not a problem.
It's one of my biggest issues, is mainly just because
I'll figure it out.
it's one of those feats where, okay, you get revenge, and realistically by the time you get revenge, realistically you're nearly dead already. And if a BP uses that, you're like, oh, I guess I'll die, because you have to last, I think it's like 20-ish seconds or so, something around those lines.
Just don't go out onto that balcony, and you should. Looks like the wings have been welded onto that statue. They look.
It's just it's an unfun feat to go against, and it feels unfair because the only thing you can really do is outlast it, which most of the time doesn't happen.
An electronic witch. That could be useful.
Where's Rajan? Damn it. Oh, and he just walks back. Thank you, Rajan.
That's him. Rajan's really pulled out all the stops to impress people with this party. Maybe you should get some shots of the guests.
John Bisson.
Jean Bisson, a member of the Claw Gang and Canadian shipping baron. He owns half the trains in Canada. Another Claw Gang member. Arpeggio specializes in exotic technology.
Huh. I don't know, y'all. Oathbreaker's just one of those weird ones. Like, it's not fun having all of your shield taken away.
That's the Contessa, a high-ranking prison warden for Interpol. She must be working undercover to expose Rajan's spice ring. Carmelita's here too. She must be undercover with the Contessa to help bust Rajan.
Awesome. I think Neela will appear soon. Neela. Yep, there we go.
Leela, another
Okay.
officer undercover.
Like, there's a lot of stuff that needs working on in the game.
Is crawling with
Like,
bugs.
earlier,
That's all
by the time I'm recording this, it would have been this morning.
safe house, and we'll
I played against Clutch when he was in NA lobbies. It went as you expected. My booty cheeks got spread like a peanut butter and jelly. Like, your boy got spread. But he brought up a good point about Medjai and talking about Medjai. About how Medjai's still strong as shit. Medjai's OP and that Zerker's OP. Which I agree with Berserker being OP. I mean, it's Berserker. The dude can do whatever he wants in a team fight. And he brought up a good thing that would help Medjai is his tier 2. So when you have his tier 2 passive, if you grab somebody they're debuffed, their defense, they have a defense debuff, meaning they take more damage. And if you bash them in axe mode, they do less damage. And he brought up the idea of flipping those. because Medjai axe stance is horrible. And I don't care what anybody else says, his axe mode needs a buff. Like, I don't care what anybody says, and that honestly might be a way to fix it. Because his ganks are still strong as shit. There's still 100 to zeros left. Like 100 O's shouldn't be in the game. It's just how it is.
Sly, hurry and I can't get inside.
And they're not fun. They are not fun to get stuck in.
I'd love to, pal, but the winch is all locked down. You know where I can find the keys?
Key guards have recently taken up positions around the palace. Sneak in, pick all of their pockets, and bring the keys back to the lockdown winch.
But I think that'd be a good fix for Medjai. Swap the passives around. I think it might solve a lot of issues. And they need to adjust his hitbox on axe mode. Because that don't hit anybody. And there's not really much you could do. Like, one thing I would like with Medjai in axe mode is... Does he have something in his back pocket? He does. We're gonna get whatever that is. Is after a dodge attack in axe mode, if it lands, then you can go into your bash. Because if you dodge attack a bash as MJ in axe mode, not really. There's not really anything you can do afterwards. You just dodge attack it and you're sitting there, really. But staff mode does need another nerf. It doesn't, because currently it doesn't fix any real issues that he had. It just nerfed Storm Rush and that's it. That's my thoughts on it. That he needs those adjustments. And I'm curious what the new tier list is gonna be. I've been seeing some people saying Pirates in A tier now, which is good. I love it. But 1v1s with Pirates are booty. Like, them things are booty butt cheeks. Because all your offense reactable.
Lure this guard from his post. Try ringing that gong and picking his pocket when he returns to his post.
The Pirate one's booty butt cheeks. That shit booty, like, y'all, Pirate can't do anything in 1v1s, but her strength is team fighting. She is designed to team fight. I'm ready for Reddit to complain about Pirate too. Like, I'm ready for it. Like, from what some comp teams have been able to do to me, and with Pirate now, oh, it's nutty. It is nutty. But it's good though. Pirate deserves the love. She honestly deserves the love that she got. And I'm curious where Lawbringer's gonna stand. Just because it's Lawbringer. From what I've noticed in a team fight, I have to play a little bit more slower as Medjai because, like, Medjai's axe mode's really not axe mode, staff mode, mind you, super fucking strong, but he's not Berserker, meaning he doesn't have these dodge recoveries. Whereas Berserker can trade and hit somebody and then dodge away. Medjai can't. And Clutch brought up that point saying that with Medjai you can still get blown up. Like, there are a lot of times with Medjai where I overcommit to trading and I get blown up. And that's a learning curve I'm struggling with.
Good job,
Awesome.
Sly. Now take those stolen keys back to the padlock winch to lower the drawbridge.
Oh yeah, I can't get that yet. We'll run over. we'll run over and shiny? No shiny. If you have no shiny, die. Run back over and grab that vase and get that loot. So now that we open up this drawbridge, more of the missions are gonna open up. But that's a learning curve with Medjai, though, is knowing how to trade smartly and effectively.
Thanks, Sly. Now Murray and I can access the palace grounds.
But if you're Berserker, you can just do whatever you want in a team fight. I'm sorry. Like, if... Like, BP shuts down Berserker so fucking hard. And that's a good thing, because if there's no BP, I'm sorry, you're not stopping a Berserker. Like, you're not. He's going to be able to do whatever he wants. He's going to be able to dodge around to whatever he wants. And you might be thinking, Ian, I'll just play Kyoshin. Okay, go ahead, play Kyoshin. See where that fucking, see where that gets you. Hit him with your Kaze stance in a team fight. Let him, let that Berserker there, let him smell your breath. Kaze stance is external attack, and he's going to turn around and hit you with a mean-ass top-heavy. He's going to out-trade you. Because that's what I do as Medjai against Kyoshin. Like, I'll see a Kyoshin in full guard, I'll zone and go into top heavy. Or side heavy. It's the funniest shit ever. Then they can't do anything about it. There's only been a select few that'll actively try to counter that. But it's just funny. It's just funny as shit. But overall, though, those are feats that I think need to be changed. Mainly just Kai, Invigorate, Shurikens, Pirate Tier 3, Oathbreaker, you know, the problematic ones, and ones that just need buffs. A lot of feats need buffs. Like, who the fuck uses Slippery? I'm sorry. What gamer out there uses Slippery? And if one of y'all say, well, Ian, I got value out of Slippery. Yes, you got value out of Slippery in 1 of 50 games. Okay, little Timmy. It's like saying Drake makes good music after he fucking releases 1 good song out of 50. I don't care how mad that makes you. I don't like Drake music at all. Fight me on that. Y'all can fight me. I don't think any of those are good. Now look at all this. Awesome. What missions do we got? Ballroom Dance Party. That's a 2-part mission, actually, and then Battle the Chopper. And we're nearly at 30 minutes now, so I am actually going to call it here. So, I do hope that all of y'all enjoyed, as promised. The operation was in its own little video for the most part. But let me know what y'all think. What feats need reworked, buffed, nerfed? What's your opinions on the meta? How would you nerf this character, nerf that character? Excuse me, let me know. I'm looking forward to seeing it in the comments. With that being said, don't forget to follow and subscribe to become a Steel Baby, because we're on Twitch now, twitchtv.com/x1844. I'd love to see some new faces there. Anyways, I hope all y'all enjoyed, and I'll see all y'all in the next one.